Hi, I'm Jim Crottinger from Chicago, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about signal flow from my guitar in my recording setup at home. So here's my guitar, and here's a close-up of the strings and the pickups. As discussed in class, when the strings vibrate, back and forth, on an acoustic instrument, these strings generate sound waves. But on an electric guitar, it works a little bit differently. The pickups serve as transducers that convert the mechanical energy of the string vibration into voltages that are then passed on to the system for amplification. This happens because the pickups are magnetic, so they have lots of little windings that go around and around a core magnet. A core magnet generates a magnetic field that loops around the pickup. So this is like the top of the pickup here. This is the bottom. So this would be like the base of the guitar. And the strings are up here, moving in the magnetic field. So vibrating back and forth. When the string vibrates, the strings are made out of a ferromagnetic material, or they have a ferromagnetic coating, and that coating causes them to disturb the magnetic field and thus make these sort of lines of magnetic field force wiggle. And when these lines of magnetic field force wiggle, the pickup has a bunch of copper windings around the core magnet, and as the magnetic field fluctuates due to the string vibration, that induces current in the coil, in the coiled wire that winds around the pickup, around the magnet. So that's how the motion of the string induces a voltage, and thus the pickup serves as a transducer to turn the motion of the string into voltage that can then be used as a signal in our signal flow. So we have the string vibrating, inducing a fluctuation in the magnetic field, which induces a voltage in the copper wire that's wound around that magnet, and that in turn induces a voltage in the underlying coil, the underlying copper coil that is wound around it. And this voltage can then be transmitted to an amplifier via the cord that plugs in here. Now this is just a regular TS cord. It's unshielded, and just so this induces a voltage vibration in the coil, or in the cord that's connected to the guitar. In my system, that cord then hooks into a cool little device called an Apogee 1. Bring one of those up here. Now this hooks up via a plug right here that then hooks into the input side of the Apogee 1. This Apogee 1 is a all-in-one This Apogee One is an all-in-one audio interface that includes not only a preamp for the guitar or other signal flow that would be coming in from well, a guitar or a microphone. There's also a microphone input right here. It also includes, that's a little hard to see, yeah, right here. It also includes its own microphone, so I can use this to record both off of my electric guitar or other input, external input, or via the microphone that's directly connected. I use this microphone to record acoustic instruments, trumpet, mandolin, and my acoustic guitar. But for the electric guitar, I use the connection into the electrical input. The Apogee One has controls for setting the level for both the microphone and the instrument input. And so after I connect up the guitar, I will turn it up to the volume that I want to play at and strum it, do a little playing, and watch for the levels that are hit here on these levels. I don't have an actual animation here, but that one's red, the middle one's yellow, and the bottom one's green. And so, you know, I try to make it so that my playing only hits the yellow and doesn't cause the amp to spike out into the red. The Apogee One then hooks into the computer or into actually an iPad or iPhone via a USB cable, which is right here. And that just goes into the back of my iMac in this case, but as I said, it can also hook directly into the into an iPad, and I've used it to record into GarageBand when I just need something that I can take with me. It also includes a line out that I use to connect it to, you know, whatever sort of speakers or headphone that I'm using at the time. In this case, I have it connected into the back of some old Yamaha speakers that I have on my desk. So in addition to having a preamp, the Apogee One also is the digital analog converter. So we had coming in an analog signal from the guitar, and internally the Apogee One converts this nice analog signal into all the ones and zeros that represent the voltage in digital form. This digital signal then passes into the computer, in this case the back of my Mac, via USB cable. And for this course I'm using Reason 1 or Reason 8 on my iMac as my digital audio workstation. So I use my digital audio workstation to put whatever sorts of effects I want on top of the underlying signal, and then I send that signal back out to the speakers in analog form, and then the speakers will convert, use a magnet basically to shake a cone back and forth. That will convert the voltage back into sound waves, giving us another transducer in the other direction.